Hi, it's Chris with Implied Music, and I've been thinking a lot about Christmas music, holiday music this year, and I'm especially fond of the very old, and by that I mean medieval or early music, Christmas melodies. They go back to the earliest plain chant melodies in use by the Catholic Church, and they sort of percolate outwards into church hymnals and then really into a lot of other things. A lot of the time, these are minor melodies, and they have beautiful, almost modal harmonies. They're worth taking a look at. I've got 5 of my favorites here today. Well, listen, if this is the second or third video of mine you've seen and you're getting something out of the channel and you're not subscribed, now's the time to subscribe. We do music theory kind of for everyone. I'm not interested in an academic approach to it, but what I want to encourage is for each of us to become our own theorist. My teacher, Dr. Roland Wiggins, said you must become your own theorist. If you have something to say, you've got to figure out a language, a vocabulary, a syntax, sort of a grammar, a musical grammar to say it with. And it doesn't have to be what anybody else uses. But it's great to know what you do. I find my musical syntax by looking back into the past. And it may be just because I'm a pianist and I play a lot of different kinds of music, but I particularly like Christmas music. There's so much kind of music theory built into it. So to that end, I've got these 5 tunes to look at today. And like I said, I like the minor tunes. Well, here, I've actually recorded these in already so I can just talk while we're listening to them. And I've basically played them. I changed the arrangements, but I played them from my International Book of Christmas Carols. What's it called exactly? The International Book of Christmas Carols, exactly. I've shown you guys this book before, I think. Well, my first tune is O Come Emmanuel, Vine Emmanuel, a lot of in the chart. It's all in Latin in this book, but listen, O Come Emmanuel, and we're in F minor, and it's a beautiful sort of natural minor sound. We've got the flat 6, flat 7, and then back up to the F minor. And we'll also hear the relative major, A flat major. Right? Well, let's play through it. So here we are. Introduction. So here we just really have the 1, 4, and 5 chords all minor. And here we're going to modulate and land on the relative major, A flat. And this is a kind of a big moment. E flat major, the 5 of A flat, and then walking back to the relative minor. It is a beautiful melody that I will often play with my band. I love that sound, that sort of minor 5-1 or flat 7-1. It has a backdoor cadence quality. Love those Christmas tunes. Well, listen, the oldest Christmas song that we have, I'm going to read it in Latin, Corde Natus ex Parentis, from a father's love begotten, literally from the heart of the Father. And it's an ancient melody. And it might have been sung by, like monks just doing a drone. And here's the melody. We're in F major now. It's a major melody. And you can hear it's all about the phrasing. There's no real beat. fact, it feels like 5. Coming back to the F. I love the contour of this melody. And then maybe if we were going to harmonize it in a more modern way, in sixths, perhaps in thirds. There's just something kind of gorgeous about these oldest melodies. I think part of it is they're the foundations for what we consider good. You know what I mean? It's old stuff, stood the test of time. Let's go on. You open up any hymnal and you'll find melodies that go back to the 15th century. And this is one, and one that I know from when I was a kid. A boy is born in Bethlehem. And you can see this is essentially a chorale arrangement. All the voices follow the melody. I think this actually, I should have played this a little faster if you want to know the truth. The use of the minor is just so wonderful. Some secondary dominants to get to the E and then back to A minor. These are very easy melodies for a group to sing together, and they would have been well known to everybody in the congregation or people singing at home. Well, we've got a couple of more. Let's take a look. Here's another old 15th century melody. Whom of old the shepherds praised. And we're in G. Again, feel the lilting 3/4 time. That's the secondary dominant to D, and then on again into the rest of the melody. Love that B major sound there. One last song to look at. So our last song is What Child Is This? Not to be confused with Greensleeves. I hear that Henry VIII wrote Greensleeves, and it's really almost exactly the same melody in E minor with a drone underneath, 5th on the bottom. It's not really modal. It's got tonic dominant relationships, but we're using that drone to give it that ancient vibe, aren't we? And then D major. We're kind of going to the relative major. D major is the 5 of G. And instead of D, B minor, just to sort of feel like we're heading back to E. And again, this is pretty much a chorale arrangement there in the second half. Flat 7/1. That's the vibe for me. These old songs make me just so happy. They give me a kind of a nostalgic feeling. I can sort of smell the spruce and the light, see the lights in my head. I can see the lights in my head. I love this kind of music. And we could stretch these arrangements even further to emphasize the modal qualities or the minor sounds. Doing things like parallel fifths give you a very old-fashioned vibe, right? And we don't necessarily always want to do that because I don't know. But it's not bad to drop in occasionally as a feeling. Christmas music is some of the oldest music we have. And for most people who, aren't listening to a lot of early music, the early music they know is Christmas music. It's worth paying attention to, as I said earlier, because it's stuff that stood the test of time. Well, I hope this has been useful. Like and subscribe and ding the bell to be notified when I do my videos. And I'll see you next time.